Sethy, I remember in 96 that you
I love that we're both Sethy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No exclusivity. That's why I vote for nicknames.
No, what do we call him? Maverick?
How did that start?
Well, it was a name that he chose, which I still thought was the coolest moment
Yeah.
ever. Because it was really like a self-realized moment. And he'll think I'm making fun, but I actually was like, I'm going to stick that. We lived on the same block, and the girl I was with at the time, she was like, she said, oh, Seth. And we both turned her around because that's our name. And she was like, this is never going to work. One of you needs a nickname. And you, with zero hesitation, you said, call me Maverick. And I was like, yeah.
I feel the need for speed. And Scientology.
No, just speed. I vividly remember my audition, but I'm curious if you remember any of our auditions.
I do remember yours.
Because I offered to go straight to the casting couch.
All right, now a lot of these scenes are going to be you interacting with someone else, so I'll just come around and read with you.
I remember yours because I remember it was so different than the surfer dude voice that everyone else was doing. And you, as we've established, were doing Ted Levine from Silence of the Lambs.
CVS brand lotion?
It's the same ingredients as Nivea. It puts the off-brand lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
There's only so many permutations of line reading that you can offer, and especially if people have written the dialogue, they're just in there all day hearing the same thing. So I always, in auditions, tried to be memorable, to do something that warranted me being a part of it. If I was going to do it just how everybody else was going to do it, why am I bothering? I'll come and try something, especially because I wanted it. I wanted it so bad. I read the script and it's like, God, this is the best. So funny.
And then with Mila, it was like, we air in a week. Who's available?
Here's someone who's already under contract with the network.
She was already She's already contracted to the studio. It's either this or Genghis Khan. Alex did the short that I animated.
Presentation.
Right, that I animated at home in my apartment.
I said, could you do like a voice for this thing? And I was
yes.
I'll do anything, sure.
Stewie, I said no toys at the table.
Damn you, vile woman!
You know, Alex, you've played so many different roles on the show. Obviously, my favorite is
Seth.
woman with Luna Bar for women.
Oh no, my Luna Bar for women!
But I'm curious about how you approach making each of these characters like
that is like the Family Guy cast list, which, by the way, for each episode was like 3 pages long. It would be like, man who approaches Peter with French baguette sticking out of grocery bag.
Yeah.
Because the names, when you're actually cataloging as many performers or lines of dialogue in an actual half hour of television, they can't just all be guy number 5. Yeah. You have to have why is this person here? Oh, it's because they have this funny hair. So woman with funny hair and dog. That's it. So obviously, woman with Luna Bar for women was my favorite performance. Like the way
I don't remember it.
You have an incredible ability. You know,
woman with Luna Bar for women.
I don't even know.
Sure. I mean, what?
By the way, I ate Luna bars every day when I was at Family Guy.
Yeah, they were free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luna bars?
Yeah.
We ate
Oh, yeah.
Ate them
That's
every
why you're
day.
so sensitive.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Let the sunshine.
Hey, Mila,
Oh my God,
I'm
please
so
don't.
sorry we made you sing.
Oh,
Because
apology
you hate singing, but sometimes
Apology accepted.
singing is just the only way out of a scene.
You actually love karaoke, and typically all the karaoke songs you choose are like American Idol level projected songs. And
American Idol level projected songs.
Yeah,
that's a lot of adjectives.
What people don't know about you is you're almost entirely tone deaf.
Yep.
Why would you hate singing for Family Guy?
So my version of tones is louder or quieter.
I see.
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Your volume increases.
That's my version of a
Right,
tone.
modulation.
Yeah,
doesn't
that's my version of photo shoots: smiling or not smiling.
So that's how I feel,
Yeah.
right? So in private, I very much enjoy it. But people sitting at this table 20 years ago took it upon themselves to be so certain that they could actually make me sing well. And I kept telling this one said person during a recording session, I'm happy to sing this line, but don't expect it to sound well. And this one said person was certain for 2 hours they made me sing.
Well, it couldn't have been 2 hours.
It was the drink my first champagne,
Yes,
wasn't it?
it was an agonizing hour of him in the booth being like, no, it's this note. And I went, no, I know, I'm saying it.
It's also, Seth has a perfect
Congratulations.
perfect pitch. So he's a very difficult person to sing for. I will attest to that.
Okay, but even though I said if
it's
Meg is allowed to
beyond
sing
normal.
poorly, I'm happy to sing. Just let me sing poorly. Don't make me sing well.
4 beers, please. Anything else, fellas?
Yeah, I'll have a beer.
Anyone else want another?
Yeah, why not?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to 25 years.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Quarter of a century.
It's interesting. We used to always record in the studios that we've been in, and then everything kind of changed with COVID. We got to record different places, and I hear that you like to record in the dark.
It's
Is that true?
It's very true. And it's stupid. I've actually gotten better at it. I had a bit of, what's even the right word? Just a bit of ego, probably like my face. I realized when I would do the voice that it got, made really ugly
You
faces.
contorted your face.
Yeah, and I saw some videos of that, and I was like, I don't want to be thinking about that while I'm doing this voice. I like being able to
So you turn the light off.
Yeah, so I turn the light off. But I've gotten better at it over time because it's kind of silly.
Is this across the board? Like if I ask your missus, are the lights off when you're doing other things that might contort your face?
Oh, yeah. I'm a lights off kind of person. You better draw those shades. We're not, nobody look at me.
I'm a lights on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, lights
Yeah,
on.
curtains open.
Do whatever voice you want, when you want. You got me for an hour. Let's do this.
Oh my God.
Is everything okay?
Yes, it's just. You look just like.
What's going on? Who's this supermodel?
I'm Katie. I'm your daughter.
You're what?
Seth, just a thought. How many children does Alex have?
How many children do I have?
Yeah, but don't answer. I'm just curious to see if Seth knows.
I'm going to guess you have 2 kids?
I do. Do you know the genders?
I remember that one's a boy.
The S implies
One's a
that there's
boy.
2.
I don't know.
Well, I see what you're saying. Gender.
Is this horrible, isn't it?
No.
Well, you
it's
can
not
take
horrible.
genders. So take a
Right. What is gender anymore?
Yeah.
What does it matter what gender is, right?
Right.
How dare I assign a gender to your second child?
that one.
Yeah. Good. Wormed my way out of that one.
This money is our ticket to the good life. Starting now. I just bought a giant room full of gold coins, and I'm gonna dive into it like Scrooge McDuck.
After 25 years, what besides the money keeps us excited about
Keeps
Family
you
Guy?
excited, Seth? What keeps you
Is
excited?
this the
after
question for me?
Sure.
The continued enthusiasm that the fans have for the show and look, when I started in this business, I said if I can create something that people either fall asleep to or get high to, then I would really feel like a writer like Hemingway or Herman Wouk or
did both.
Irwin Shaw. I did, yeah, I know, yeah.
Congratulations.
Wow. sisters. Yeah, come on, join me, Mila. Never were there such devoted sisters. Okay.
Take him out.
Now! Check it out. It's a John F. Kennedy Pez dispenser. Oh. Well, good thing I still have my Bobby Kennedy Pez dispenser.
Is there any gag that we've done that anyone you know has been like, come on?
No.
How could
No.
you do that?
No.
It's always a little bit of self-censor or discomfort. If I know somebody and I read a script and I'm like, they're probably a little more sensitive than that. Or if I'm like, hey, this is just, you just making fun of his face.
Seabiscuit, would you mind talking to E?
I'm not Seabiscuit. I'm Penelope Cruz.
And you're just lovely. Would you like a carrot? Good girl.
But I say that, and anybody that I talk to, it usually gets clipped. It usually gets determined to be not as funny.
Yeah.
Okay, Brian, you can do this.
Hey, Meg.
Hi, Meg.
Hey, how's it going?
My locker.
Hey, I remember actually that when at the auditions we had an opportunity to read for a couple different characters, and when I even asked, I was like, "Oh, are you gonna play this guy?" You were like, "I don't know, I might." What was Brian?
Originally, at 24 or 23, however the hell old I was when the show started, I had done Peter, Stewie, and Brian in the pilot presentation. There was some sense that maybe you're overreaching a little bit. Let's audition one of these characters, and it was Brian. And I do remember being in some room somewhere and watching a tape of William H. Macy reading for Brian. And what kind of an arrogant must have I been to look at this great actor
I
and
don't know,
said,
Bill. It's a little pitchy.
I think I can do this, but it's like, and I ended up doing all three, and it's like, in retrospect, it seems like,
Wait a minute, you do Brian?
yeah,
No, you
yeah,
can,
for better or worse.
I appreciate the humility even in this moment, but it's pretty inarguable that you're both the caliber of performer and your quality of skill level to actually pull it off. Each one of those characters is so
I think I'm here and he's
defined.
here, but thank you.
It's different things. It's different things. And not that he's not a brilliant comedian, because I love him.
Not that Bill Macy's not a brilliant comedian, which it's, of course he is.
Well, he does mostly dramatic stuff, but also he's like...
Yeah, but Fargo, come on.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Come on. Why are you shitting on Bill Macy? He's a genius.
Well, that's his case,
This isn't what I came here for.
What he wants.
And here we are, the Family Guy Writers' Room, where the writers are hard at work with the show's talented cast.
Alex,
Yeah.
is it true? And I vaguely remember this. How long were you a writer in the show for? 1 or 2 years?
On Family Guy?
On Family Guy.
Let me tell you, Mila. Well, I first started doing voices on the show.
Yeah.
And when I was in the booth, the show was thought up by a 25-year-old boy.
I mean, I think I was a man, but that's fine.
Okay, we have different opinions. But no, I think there was just things I'd like throw occasional things in there or whatever. And then Chris Sheridan, one of the writers, was like, "Do you want to write for this show?" And then I was invited.
Oh, for how long?
For years and years. How long did I write
You
for?
were well experienced in writing. Like, you'd written a ton of sketch stuff. Had you written more long form stuff like that?
Alex is a brilliant writer.
Yeah, no kidding.
I have read screenplay that Alex has written, and it is nothing short of brilliant. So yes.
Is that beautiful?
Yes.
Look, while you give him shit, he gives you compliments. Look
Very
at that.
sweet.
So
Seth
nice.
is very gracious and generous and loyal, but he just doesn't like to talk to you.
I'm glad you called, but I'm not home. But I'll be back before too long. You gotta wait for the beep. You gotta leave your name. You gotta leave your number. Wait for the beep.
Has anyone asked you to record their outgoing voicemail?
Like-
Yes. Didn't I have you do mine? Wait, for
Did
real?
you?
Yes, I did.
Did I do yours?
Yes.
Wow.
I did your voicemail?
When I was like 16. I had you do my voicemail, and I had Mike Judge do my voicemail. I had Mike do Beavis and Butthead.
What?
That's actually very cool.
And then I had you do
I
it.
would want Mike Judge to do my voicemail.
Mike did do, he did mine when I did Extract.
There was a period when that was like changing your voicemail like all the time was like.
And now it's, I don't even want one.
It was like before Instagram.
It was it was an identity.
Yeah,
like your.
MacFarlane, you absolutely did it. And I'm trying to remember what voice it was. It wasn't like a family. No. It wasn't like a Family Guy voice. I want to say it was like Patrick Stewart, but I'm trying to remember.
Or like
Me doing Patrick Stewart?
some kind of funny.
This is Patrick Stewart. You've reached Mila Kunis. She can't come to the film right now.
Because I'm trying to remember.
basically
I
Stewie.
remember you having something, but I don't remember what it was.
I get asked now the Manchurian Candidate episode.
Manchurian.
Now, but in our show we call it the
Oh my God,
Manchurian.
you're right.
Yeah. It was about
I'm
Peter
so
not
embarrassed.
wanting to go down there.
I can't believe I just-
and
yeah.
Lois screaming when she happens upon Peter pleasuring her mother. That's what people want me to do now.
The scream?
The scream.
Say nah.
Which is
Get a record of it. Get
which
like a
is
voice box.
big, loud, and long. And you're like, really? We're in a grocery store, sir.
I need this. Do it for me. You're obligated.
Yeah, do it.
As loud as you can for as long as you can. Here at aisle 7 amongst the creamer.
Yes.
I think I milked that until the last possible, whatever year it was, like I milked that until the last possible moment where it's like my outgoing voicemail is going to be, you'll remember it. Let's bring that back.
You want to?
Yeah.
Everybody, I got bad news. We've been canceled.
As Family Guy has been on such a crazy path with the ways that it was actually canceled, do you remember how you felt when you heard
Good,
that
not
it was canceled?
good. Is that different for you?
No, that's
Was
the
it the
same.
opposite?
Yeah. I really felt bad when it got canceled. I thought, oh man, figures. Figures, something I was really enjoying, would not get to stick around. That's usually how it goes. But a lot of stuff that got canceled.
I remember the call from Seth. I remember getting a call saying, hey, there's talk of it coming back. Would you still be up for it? As though I would have possibly said.
He never called me.
No, I'm over it.
I never got that call. I
But I
found
didn't-
out from E! News.
I didn't believe it. I did not believe it for a while.
I mean, Alex and I were kind of tight, you know?
Well, clearly.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I wonder if I want to come back. I hear it on the news over there. It's back.
Now, kids, this is not a good example. Daddy only drank so the Statue of Liberty would take her clothes off.
Peter, I honestly don't believe you.
How have our voices changed over the years
Quite a bit,
in how we
Seth.
portray
Do you
our
think
characters?
yours have changed?
I have a whole theory on this. If you watch the early episodes of The Simpsons on the Tracy Ullman Show, they're really low. Like Homer sounds like Walter Matthau.
Well, good night, son.
I have a theory that like our pitch ascends over the years. So like I went from, hey Lois, what's going on? To, oh Lois, listen to you. Come on, what are you talking about? Like we all get higher, and I think it's the same for you.
Well, 100%.
You started as
Look at
Ted
the very
Levine.
First episodes, it's like
Yes. Yeah, and it's the same for you. Like, hey Peter, how's it?
No toys at the table.
Exactly.
Stewie.
Yeah.
No toys at the table.
Exactly.
Stewie.
Exactly.
I'm not going to eat this garbage anymore.
Yeah.
And how has hers changed? Go.
Yeah, let's hear it.
No change. She makes less, right?
You get that.
I mean, that's bullshit if she doesn't make less, right?
Than you?
I mean, she's
Than
not
him?
really doing anything. How is this
She's
fair?
just being amazing
How
without
is
any. That takes me so much work.
But it is something you see on other shows, like in early episodes of any animated series.
I think it's because as you age, your voice naturally gets lower. So you're compensating and you're pinching.
You think?
I think that's what I'm doing. In order to make it happen, I'm kind of pinching more in my vocal cords. Ooh, yeah, you feel that? I don't know why I had to do it with my hands.
Get those chords pinched. Give yourself a trombone.
A what?
That's what I'm talking about.
And now back to 2.5 Men.
Kill me!
Seth, do you have a favorite episode?
I have a favorite episode. And Then There Were Fewer is my favorite episode.
Fine, so he stole Cheryl Teagues from me. He ruined your TV pilot.
Go to hell. I backed out of that project willingly.
Oh, yeah, that's what every hack says. You know, Brian?
It was a weird time for me because I was 1 foot out the door and I was like, had Ted on my mind. But I was so invested in that episode being good.
I'd say lately maybe Meg's had a lot more to do. I don't know why, but I sing a lot. And as much as I hate singing, it always does make me laugh. There's an episode where I sing a lot for no reason.
I love trash.
That's one of your favorite episodes?
Because it was so absurd. So they kept but they didn't try to make me sound good. Remember, we went over this. Meg was allowed to sound shitty, and it was fine.
Tara Strong used to dub you like Marty Nixon used to dub Audrey Hepburn in
Thank
My Fair
God.
Lady. Yeah.
To do the singing?
Yes, Tara Strong.
When it was supposed to be really good, but then after a while, they allowed me to be bad. They just allowed Meg to sing. This is after you left. They just allowed her to sing shitty.
There's no such thing as bad voices anymore. It just the ears are hearing it wrong.
Your dog wrote an insensitive tweet. You can't eat here.
Uh-oh, Meg. It's a sensitivity mob.
Guys like Four Non-Blondes said, 25 years of my life is still trying to get up that great big hill.
Yes. Well said.
For a destination.
Oh, no.
All right, guys.
Kids love Four Non-Blondes.